Illinois residents faced an extended stretch of severe weather between August 16th and 17th that left neighborhoods across the state struggling with damage, outages, and cleanup. What began as an oppressive heat wave on Saturday transitioned into nearly 17 consecutive hours of destructive thunderstorms. By the time skies began to clear Sunday afternoon, communities from Belvidere to the Chicago suburbs were dealing with toppled trees, battered homes, flooded streets, and the daunting task of recovery.
I was the first one on the scene to get the video. And when I tell you...
The weekend began with soaring temperatures. On Saturday, much of northern Illinois recorded highs in the mid-90s, while the humidity pushed heat indices as high as 105 degrees. This stifling air mass helped fuel a volatile atmosphere primed for severe storms. By afternoon, powerful cells developed and rapidly intensified, unleashing hail, dangerous lightning, and damaging winds. The first wave struck areas including Belvidere, Cary, Sugar Grove, Palatine, and Romeoville, where gusts exceeded 70 miles per hour. The impact was immediate. Trees were snapped or uprooted, power lines came down, and neighborhoods saw widespread property damage.
Oh, man! Look at this. Oh, damn, this tornado, bro.
3 de la mañana y miren cómo está inundado. Los carros están llenos de agua, inundado todo. Toda la gente estamos afuera tratando de salvar algo porque está feo. Una inundación fea en Chicago. Diosito, ayúdanos. Somos...
In Aurora, emergency services reported extensive debris blocking roadways after large limbs and utility poles were knocked down. Wind-driven hail pummeled cars and homes, while streets quickly became hazardous. In Mount Prospect, part of an apartment building roof was peeled back near the intersection of Route 83 and Dempster Avenue. Water poured into hallways and stairwells, though fortunately, no injuries were reported. Meanwhile, residents in Des Plaines awoke to the sight of large trees crushing cars and damaging homes, while streets in multiple neighborhoods were blocked by debris, forcing traffic diversions and cleanup crews into action. The storms were not confined to isolated pockets. By early Saturday evening, destructive winds and hail were hitting the Chicago metropolitan area directly. Gusts of 60 miles per hour, accompanied by hailstones the size of ping-pong balls, swept through, overwhelming electrical infrastructure. By 9 p.m., utility provider ComEd reported more than 68,000 customers without power, leaving families in the dark as the storms continued through the night. Crews began working immediately, but the scale of outages meant many neighborhoods were without electricity well into Sunday. As Saturday night wore on, conditions only worsened. A particularly intense line of storms developed after midnight and roared across the region in the early hours of August 17th. Between 2 a.m. and 3:30 a.m., a corridor stretching from Algonquin, Illinois to St. John, Indiana, endured straight-line winds clocked at 60 to 70 miles per hour. The National Weather Service documented the event, noting its widespread damage footprint and its role in triggering flash flooding in portions of the Chicago suburbs. Torrential rainfall accompanied these winds, overwhelming storm drains and leading to submerged streets in several communities. Some residents were forced to abandon vehicles caught in rising water, while others dealt with basements and ground floors rapidly taking on water.
Guys, this is the Chicago flood that's happening as of Monday, August 18th. It is currently 8:40 p.m. and you can see my entire street is now water. This is insane. I'm not at a river, I'm not at a lake. This is the street outside my house. And this is the Chicago flood of Monday, August 18th, 2025. Wow. I don't know what to do. Hopefully the water doesn't get inside the house. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. It's supposed to last for another 2 hours. It's only 8:40 p.m. It's not going to end until 11:15, according to the weather app. So wish me luck. Thanks for watching.
This is unbelievable. From the storms last night. What the? Oh, this is a different type of rainstorms we getting. Look how huge this tree is. And look what it ruined the car. Oh my God. Yeah, these different rainstorms.
While much of the public's attention was on the broad swath of wind and flood damage, a brief tornado did touch down on Saturday in Vermilion County. Classified as EFU, the 1-minute tornado near Homer churned across a cornfield before dissipating, causing no structural damage or injuries. Meteorologists emphasized that while the tornado was technically recorded, the overwhelming majority of the weekend's destruction came from straight-line winds and repeated bursts of severe thunderstorms rather than tornadic activity. Belvidere emerged as one of the hardest-hit communities. Officials there described widespread damage caused by the fierce winds that tore through late Saturday. By Sunday morning, cleanup operations were underway across town, with municipal crews and volunteers working side by side to clear streets, restore basic services, and begin repairing homes. Chainsaws buzzed through fallen branches, while residents dragged debris to the curb, underscoring the collective effort required to restore normalcy. The back-to-back rounds of storms capped off one of the more destructive severe weather weekends northern Illinois has endured in recent years. The combination of oppressive heat, prolonged storm duration, high winds, hail, and flash flooding presented challenges not only to residents, but also to emergency services, already strained by continuous calls. Local officials praised first responders for their tireless work through the night, while urging patience as power restoration and cleanup efforts continued into the following week.